ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। यो मामेवमसम्मूढः जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति ह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत. So today we have to revise the last class first. So we last class we saw verse number 13 to 18. So 13 to 18. 13 was what verse? गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधी सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः aham vaishvana. So what is said? Who's going to revise? If I say, other people also should put in. अहम वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापान समायुक्त पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम्. So, what is the connection between the 12th and 13th, Rajiv?
Sanjeev, this is actually the connection is that it's a continuation of the explanation of omnipresent presence of Ishvara, and from the sun, moon, and Agni to the plants and nutrition, and other connected that first the sun and the moon and Agni is described, and then Bhagwan says that he becomes the soma of all the nutrients of all the plant kingdom that is there, because the photosynthesis happens after the sun only, and the primal energy is sun and the moon and Agni. So thereafter this the 13th verse follows. He not only sustains the energies of all heavenly bodies, but he also sustains the energy of all the pranis, all living organisms by converting this energy to the nutrients. Because he is the energy of the sun, he is the soma, he becomes the nutrition or soma or of the
Oshadhi.
plant kingdom,
Hmm.
Oshadhim also. So he makes it sure this is how he nourishes or maintains or sustains the whole world by becoming the nutrients. So hereby Bhagavan says that what you eat is me only, and what is created out of eating me are three forms of food that we have. It's also me only. So it leaves nothing from energy, heavenly energy to individual energy. Everything is me only, because the main
Yeah.
food comes from the plants. That nutrition of the plant is me. So he says that soma is here basically the satmaka, which is in the form of essence, that is the nutritional element of the food. So it's me only. Uh, and then he goes on to the next verse, that is 14. He says, it's not only that nutrition that I give you, it's all the digestive prana that you have. In fact, I am the Jఠर Agni or Vaishnavara, that the digestive juices that convert this nutrition into energy in the individual body. That's also me only. I am also the prana as well as apana. So everything that you eat, I provide the nutrition aid, and it's cooked by me. And then whatever you eat and it's cooked in your body, that's also me only. So there's nothing else. So Brahman is in the form of all these functions, meaning thereby because uh, all kinds of food involves some kind of a violence. So Bhagwan makes it sure that you understand that it's all his function only, and let's not have little guilt. Whatever food that you eat, you make it sure that the little disturbance in the ecosystem that is created by Ishvara. So any papa that
So
goes to
he
you,
is the eater. Little
he is the
disturbance
eater.
created by Ishvara, but that what he's trying to convey is eater is Ishvara only.
Eater is Ishvara only.
So you don't become the bhokta,
Yeah,
enjoyer. So
this
you
only.
become the person becomes enjoyer by doing the act of eating. So you are eating food for enjoyment and you become the enjoyer. So if food is Bhagavan, but eater is also Bhagavan. Eaten is also Bhagavan and eater is also Bhagavan, then there is no problem.
No
But
problem.
at the same time, we have to be very particular about what we eat. That does not mean that you can eat anything. So that is not the idea. Idea is least disturbance in the universe.
जी हाँ.
And that is the main thing. And that he says, eater is also me. Therefore, whatever violence is there, as it is there with the Vanaspati also. Because once that eater is me, you are not connected with the doership and therefore the enjoyership. And therefore, he says, I am the one who is praninam deham ashita pranapana samayukta chaturvidham annam pachami. Four kinds of food. What are the four kinds of food? Vandana, bhojyam,
Yeah. Bhojyam,
hmm,
Bhakshya,
uh,
Lehya, and Osya.
choshya.
Shoshya.
Shochani, choshya.
Joshya.
Choshya, that which is
Joshya.
sucked. चूसते हैं हिंदी में चोष्य से ही शब्द आया चोष्य दैट इज विच इज चोष्य विच इज कैन बी सक्ड suckable leya ya is a suffix for that which can be sucked that which can be licked that bhakshya that which can be masticated and bhojya that which can be drunk here. So all kinds of foods. Who is digesting? Who is assimilating? Bhagavan. Chalo. Next verse, Sharda.
After that, he goes on to say that he's entered the hearts of all. He says, not only that, I'm also memory, I am knowledge, I am forgetfulness, I am the author of the Vedas, and I am the knower of the Vedas. So basically, what he goes to say that every transaction that has been described so far, he has gone beyond that now to say that he is the Kshetrajna who enters his very creation in the form of Buddhi. And in that Buddhi, of course, he is also kind of, that includes memory, knowledge, as well as forgetfulness. So none of this is possible without him. He is the Chaitanya Atma, basically. So memory is Smriti, Jnanam is knowledge, and Apohana is forgetfulness. And it's Punya and Papa which give us the ability to remember and forget things. Swamiji goes on to add that Apohana or forgetfulness is a beautiful blessing indeed, because unless and until you are able to forget some of your preconceived notions and the ignorant understanding of things, unless you clear your mind of that clutter, new knowledge or the correct knowledge will never dawn. The new vision that is required will come only through Apohana. He also goes on to say that even emotions such as laughter and joy, we are able to laugh, we are able to feel joy even after going through a period of trauma or pain, because we have this ability to forget. Further, the Lord says, Aham Vedanta Krit. So he is now going further to say, I am the author of the Vedas, both the Kshara and the Aksharas, Upadhis, which we had seen in the earlier verses, Kshara Purusha and the Akshara Purusha. And beyond that, the Purushottama, the Uttama Purusha, all
You
that.
have gone to the next verse. Abhi, first you stay with the 15th verse, last line. Vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyah vedantakrit veda videva chaham. Only this line you explain. So I am all the Vedas. Hmm?
Yeah, but
Through
extremely.
me, I have to be known through the Vedas. Ahameva vedyah.
Yes.
By the Vedas, ahameva vedyah. Through the Vedas, so Vedas have become bigger than me. Because I will be known through the Vedas. If I will be known through the Vedas, then Vedas have become bigger than me. So he says, no, I am Vedanta Krit. I am the author of the Vedas also.
Mm.
What I have to be known through the Vedas. That does not mean Vedas have become supreme and I have become small. No. I am the creator. I am the author of the Vedas also. Vedanta Krit. And then he says Vedavit. And I am also the knower of the Vedas. So three things. Vedya, aham eva Vedya. By sarvaihi vedaihi aham eva Vedya. I am to be known. And that is, I am the author of the Vedas. And I am the knower of the Vedas. Three things is said. Okay. Yes, Rekha, you want to make some points in this verse or anything?
No, Swamiji, I think that's all very clear.
Next verse?
Shara Akshara Purusha.
16th.
So Swamiji here, actually Bhagwan is talking about the two types of Purushas, Akshara, Shara and Akshara.
Hmm.
That is, Shara Purushas are the ones who are destructible, who have a beginning and an end, whereas Akshara are those who are eternal, who are imperishable. So he says that together the Kshara and Akshara Purusha together form Purusha itself, who is sustained. Basically, that Purusha is Paramatma himself. The Purusha who is Kshara and Akshara is also.
वो next verse में है. So first
ये
he
दोनों
says,
इकट्ठे
what
ही है ना
is
स्वामी जी?
16th is he says, I am Shara and I am
And
Akshara.
Akshara, हाँ.
So, Sarvani Bhutani Shara and Akshara is Kutastha. Kutastha really refers to
हाँ.
Paramatma, but here Kutastha is referring to something which is immutable, and that immutability Akshara Purusha
Akshara
is
Purusha.
referred to as Kutastha here because it does not change.
Actually,
That which is the very basis of the whole creation is Kutastha Paramatma, which is referred to the Uttama Purusha. But here it is Kutastha because it is immutable, like an anvil on which a cobbler does all the job of beating anything, or a goldsmith or a ironsmith. So Kutastha is that instrument which does not get changed. So Shara Sarvani Bhutani, that is perishable things, and Akshara is imperishable. So these two are Loke, these two Purushas, Dau Imau Purushau Loke, there are two Purushas, Shara and Akshara. And then Uttama Purushastu Anyaha. That is the next verse. So Uttama Purusha is Anya Purusha, other than these two. But that other than these two means it is beyond these two, means above these two means they are being sustained by this only, Uttama Purusha. Shara and Akshara both are sustained by this. And they are the superimpositions. Adhyaropa. So the whole creation has been explained by one method of superimposition and negation. Adhyaropa apavadabhyam nishprapancham prapanchate. Adhyaropa is superimposition, apavada is negation. So what is this adhyaropa and apavada? So through the adhyaropa, you are all that which is perishable is being superimposed. Nama rupa. is being superimposed. All this universe is in the form, name and form, Shara, and Akshara is the cause, the Karana. So Karya Prakriti and Karana Prakriti. So Karya is the effect and Karana is the cause. So this cause and effect are connected. But this Uttama Purusha is the causeless cause. It is neither you can name it as effect nor as a cause. Right? I always remember this by a very simple thing. That if you ask the bangle, which is made up of gold, the bangle will say, gold is, I am from gold. Gold is my God. Na? And if you ask gold, where is the bangle? He says, I don't know any bangle. I am gold. So what is that bangle? Bangle is in effect from the standpoint of golden bangle, you say, because from the gold it has come. But when you ask gold, where is the bangle? In gold, there is no bangle. Gold is from one standpoint, it is a cause. Another standpoint, when you see, it is not even the cause. It is gold only, even at that time. So that is what is said, it is beyond. And beyond is again explained. And then he says, I am the Paramatma, Uttama Purusha, I am the Paramatma. And I am the one who is entered in all the three lokas. I am the one who is Bibharti. Ishvara, Avyaya, Ishvara, and I am having entered in all the three worlds, is said. And three worlds, what are the three worlds? What is Bhu, what is Bhuva, what is Savaha? Three worlds. So what is Bhu, Vandana? Bhu represents
Earth. This slok.
more is written. Earth, Bhu represents all the seven
All
lokas.
the seven lokas
Below.
above earth and below.
Bhu
Bil-
represents Atala, Vitala,
Tala,
Tala,
Sutala,
Atala, Vitala,
Vitala,
Sutala,
Sutala, Talatala,
Talatala,
Rasatal,
Rasatala, Mahatala,
Mahatala, Patal,
Patala.
Patal.
And Subha represents what? Above,
Subha
in between
represents
lokas.
uh, worlds above the earth. They are Maha, Jana, Tapaha, Satyam.
Satyam. And then Subha, Bhu, Bhuva. Subha is in between lokas, and Subha is all the Mahajana, Tapa, Satyam. That one. So Subha is in between lokas, in between earth and the ultimate Mahajana, Tapa, Satyam. Right? So that is what is said. So he says, all the 14 worlds, I am the one who is sustaining. Ishvara. Yasmat ksharam atitoham aksharaadapi chottamaha. Atosmi loke vede cha pratyah purushottama. What is this verse? Who will do? Vandana. Study की है वंदना?
Not studied, but it means just a second, Sanjay. The one who is aware of Shar and Akshar Purusha. The one who is aware of both the state, the Shar Purush and the Akshara Purush,
नहीं,
is
one is
called
aware.
as Uttam. Who
One
is
is Yasmat. देखो, whenever his question is asked, if you have the translation of the verse, main verse, you just go through it. The words, if you have really studied, the Sanskrit words itself themselves will speak to you. Yasmat sharam atitoham. Aham yasmat sharam atito. I am atita. I transcend. Kshara. And Aksharad api cha uttama. So what is translation here given? I am transcending both Kshara and Akshara. If you go to the words, then you don't have to form your own words. Because I am beyond the perishable and above the imperishable too. Yasmat is because. Because of the reason I am beyond the perishable and above the imperishable too. Then what happens? Therefore, what happens? Ataha, ataha, atosmi. Ataha, therefore, in this world, okay, Vedecha, and in the Veda, Purushottama pratita asmi. Asmi, I am. I am known as, very well known, pratita, renowned as Purushottama. In the world, I am known as Purushottama and also in the Vedas. In the world, Lokik Buddhi, or in the Veda, Vedic Buddhi. Lokik Buddhi is all the generally also I am known as Purushottama. Veda, in the Veda also I am known as Purushottama. Yeah, through the Vedas only I have to be known. That is what the meaning is. Right? But this is how, when you have to ask somebody, you have to just go to the, as I told you, word to word meaning is given. Open your book, keep in front, and through that, I have also done that way. So this is how you have to answer. It's not a very difficult job. You have the book with you. You have the Sanskrit words with you. You have word to word translation. Just open and just read it out. Simply explaining those words. Right? So everybody can do this method. Right? Don't get flustered. कि अरे क्या है? ठीक है? Now today's verses. Now Bhagavan himself is summing up the whole chapter in these two verses. So what he says, what is the glory of this knowledge? Yomam evam sammudo janati purushottamam sasarvavid bhajati mam sarva bhavena bharata. O Bharata. Bharata has two meanings. One is a descendant of Bharata, is Bharata. Who is the descendant of Bharata? Arjuna. And what is the meaning of Bharata I gave you earlier? Bharata. Bha is consciousness. Rata has come from Ram Dhatu, the one who's reveling. And Ram ka Rata is the past passive participle. The one who is reveling in the understanding of consciousness. The Buddhi is reveling. Ultimately, consciousness is everything. But Buddhi is the one who is appreciating that conscious principle, that conscious being I am. That understanding, who will appreciate that understanding? Only the Buddhi will appreciate, no? So, Bharata. So that is why Bharata, the best meaning is the one who is reveling in the consciousness, the understanding of consciousness, the one, Bharata. Yaha, yaha asammudaha, the one who is not deluded. Yaha asammudaha, mam purushottamam, mam purushottamam evam janati. The one who knows me in this manner, evam here means in this manner, whatever I have explained till now. In this manner, who knows me as Purushottama. Purushottama, me, the Purushottama, he knows in this way. Saha, he, Sarvavit. He is a knower of all. Sarvavit, Sarvam Janati, iti Sarvavit. Sarvavit Mams, and how he knows everything? Sarva Bhavena, as a self of all. Sarva Bhavena Bhajati. He gains me as the self of all. He is the knower, he knows everything. He knows everything. Sarvavit, Sarvagya, Sarvavit. So Sarvagya, Sarvavit, Swamiji in Gita Study, what does he say? So in Mundaka Upanishad, two words are coming. He is Sarvagya and Sarvavit. So Sarvam Janati iti Sarvagya and Sarvam Vetti iti Sarvavit. So when the two words come together, what is the meaning? Sarvagya is Samanyena Janati, the one who knows generally. What is that general knowing? That everything is conscious being, Satyam, Satyam, Satyam. Everything is. Everything is isness, amness, is. And everything else is superimposed upon it as Nama Rupa. So what do you know? Everything Nama Rupa is Mithya. And what do you know as generally is? Everything is. So everything of the clay world is clay. And whatever you are calling at a picture as the pot, as a lid, that is Nama Rupa. And that is Mithya. So every clay world you know as only clay. So Sarvagya is generally Samanyena Janati as simply general knowledge is there. Isness, amness. Everything is me. But Sarvavit, when it comes with Sarvagya word, he says he knows me in detail. Or detail means what? So Sarvavit, with the Maya Upadhi, all that details are also known in the sense of the everything is Nama Rupa is Mithya, but the details are also known. That details of whatever is, that is Bhagavan. So Sarvagya and Sarvavit, when it comes, it is known as like that. But when Sarvavit comes alone in this when, that is also meaning in general only. Anybody wants to explain on this point anything further? Sarvavit. Mam Sarvabhavena Bharata. Sarvabhavena, that everything is me alone. As a self of all. Everything is me, and that me is self of all. The Sarvagya, Sarvavit, Sarvagya, I am Sarvagya. Here is the meaning of general knowledge. That essentially it is I am, isness, isness, isness. And that isness is everything. What is that isness? You know that isness is a very, very beautiful thing. The whole teaching is this only. That's isness. Everything is isness only. And the next shloka is the whole summary. Everything is in the next shloka. Really speaking. We will go do it together. And then you will know what Bhagavan is saying in this shloka also. This knowledge, iti guhyatamam shastram. Shastram is the teaching, Bhagavan says. And what kind of a teaching? This teaching, which is most profound teaching, which is very secretive teaching. Why it is secret? Because what you are seeking is, you don't know what you are seeking. You are thinking you are seeking Bhagavan. And Bhagavan is hidden in your heart only. The very seeker is a sought. And that is why it is. So Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji write Guhyatamam as Gopyatamam. So Guhyatama is there and Gopyatama is, it is so much secretive, Gopyatama. Why secretive? Because it is you yourself. And that is what Shastra is telling. Arey, this knower, doer, knower, enjoyer, what you are knowing as, this very knower is, this Pramata is Bhagavan, is Ishvara. This is the whole teaching equation. How it is like that possible? That is the secret. Even in spite of being told so many times, equation has been unfolded by the Upanishads, by Bhagavad Gita, still you don't understand. Still it is, and that is why still you don't understand. That is why it is such a big secret. It is an open secret, yet it is not becoming clear. Because our minds are not ready. Because our minds are not. So this is the teaching, Guhyatamam Shatram. Idam Uktam Maya. Maya Idam Guhyatam Shatram Uktam. Guyyatamam, Gopyatamam, Shastram, Uktam. Shastram is this teaching. And why he's used the word Shastra? Because the whole teaching is given here. When you say, see, everything is given. Who is the adhikari for this teaching? Nirmana moha, jita sanga dosha, adhyatma nitya, vinivritta kama, nirmana moha. If you remember the words. Nirmana, nirmoha, nirmana moha, jita sanga dosha. All the defects of sanga have been won over. Sanga doshas, jita, the one who has conquered. Adhyatma nitya, all the time studying the self knowledge. Adhyatma nitya. Vinivritta kama, nivritta ni, vinivritta, visheshena nivritta kama. So all the qualified people who have really worked on their minds, they have the viveka, they have the vyavasayatmika buddhi, they have the vairagya because of that. And they, whether whatever they are grahasthis or sannyasis, that is not the point. Because both the margas are trying to seek yourself only. It does not mean that grahasthi has a license to do everything only. He has to do under dharma. That does not mean that Swamiji, you are to sannyasi and we are the grahasthis, and therefore whatever we are allowed to do. It is much more responsibility of the grahastha, because committedly one has to follow karma yoga marga. Yoga marga is commitment, love for knowing oneself, that committed. And karma yoga, why karma it is said? Because pradhanyata, you are doing karma as a devotee. All the roles you are following as a devotee. So karma yoga, Ishwara arpana buddhya karma karomi. So are you following that dharma? Not coming under the sway of raga dveshas. And therefore, vinivritta kamaha. Vinivritta kamaha, jitasanga dosha, adhyatma nityaha. These are the people who will get to know idam guyyatamam shastram. And that is why he uses the word anagha. O sinless one. Arjuna, two vocative cases are there in this verse. Bharata and anagha. So anagha is one who is sinless. Who is sinless? The one who does not. What is a sin? Sin is agitation in the mind, conflict in the mind. Why conflict is there? Because when you are not following dharma. What is following dharma? What you are supposed to do. What you are supposed to do at a given point of time. You don't fall for your raga dveshas and cross the boundaries, limits, and just follow your conscience. What is to be done, what is not to be done, what is the mandate of the Shastra, what is your own conscience saying. Everything is there. That will, discretion in action is there. That is Kaushalam. Discretion in action is there, choosing what is to be done, what is not to be done. And that is what one has to do dharma. That is why he will be a sinless one. That is why he will not have conflicts. That is why he will have a mind which is prepared for contemplation. His mind is available when he's opening the books, Bhagavad Gita, and when he's reading the line, he is reading totally with the words, and therefore it is entering in the mind. It is not that again and again he has to read the same line to understand. You will find many a time your mind runs helter-skelter here and there. Because it is not, you are not able to focus. Your mind runs in here and there. And therefore mindfulness is not there. Focus is not there. That is why anagha word explains all that. It's just not a simple word, anagha. And that is why Guhyatamam Shastram, this Guhyatamam, it remains a secret because no, you are not Anaga right now. If you become Anaga, then Guhyatamam, Gopyatamam, it will not be any more Guhyatamam Shastram. The teaching will enter your mind. Because teaching is simple, it is not clicking. It is you yourself. And search will never come to an end. You will keep thinking how I can be that. How I can be that. Swamiji writes so beautifully in this commentary. I hope everybody has read. It's a beautiful commentary. You should go again and again. The search has to come to an end. How it will come to an end? When you are convinced about the veracity of the Shastra, the teaching, what the teacher and the teaching has been trying to impress upon you by all Shruti, Yukti. Shruti is through the mother, Gita, through the Upanishad, and Yukti is by your own logic, not your own logic, logic given in the Upanishads only. Yukti. And then Anubhuti. Anubhuti is what? Shruti, Yukti, Anubhuti. Anubhuti is your self-experience. What is self-experience? I am. Do you are not experiencing it. Now, right now, here and now, you are. I am not, you are experiencing it, but you don't know about it. Anubhuti, so therefore, clarity in this Anubhava. Right now, when the 10th man is told that you are the 10th man, immediate realization is there or not? Where is the gap? It is what is being told is about you. How can there be any gap? Right here and now. And that is why the etad buddhva buddhiman syat. Once you know it, then you are buddhiman. The one who has buddhiman, why it is said buddhiman? Buddhi everybody is having. But why buddhiman said here? This knowledge which is missing in life about your being the whole, this teaching sinks in the mind and the search comes to an end. When search comes to end, you become what? Kritakritya. Kritakritya means what? Kritya means to be done. And Krita has been done. Over. Kritya, to be done. And Krita, done. Krita Kritya. That is the word. Krita Kritya. Kritya, to be done. Krita, done. What is to be done is done. Whatever is to be done is done in life. That is the meaning. Because ultimately, all Purushartha is what? Trying to find yourself, na? What is that yourself? That is one when he finds, he becomes Buddhiman. He has the wisdom. He has the knowledge. He has the Buddhi. Sankhya Buddhi. Yoga Buddhi first and then Sankhya Buddhi. First Yoga Buddhi will come, preparation of the mind, which will give them the Sankhya Buddhi means the knowledge of the Atma. And once he has that, Krita Kritya. Whatever a Brahmana, a mature mind does in life, he has already done. Because everything has to lead to yourself. Oh Bharata. A beautiful verse, and then you can go on and on and on by combining these two verses. And that is why I had left these two verses for the last class today. People were thinking only two verses. So two verses means you can keep on speaking on these two verses. The whole teaching is said here, Shastra. So 15th chapter is compact, which gives the everything about the whole. Swamiji gives very nicely. You people can elaborate, whosoever wants to elaborate these two verses. Who is coming up first? So much can be spoken still. You can have the points from the book also. Yes, Rajiv.
Sanjay, uh, first
Both the
we
pieces together.
first we should understand who is a Muda.
Hmm.
So in verse 17 and 18, Bhagavan talked about two upadhis, Shara Upadhi and Akshara Upadhi. And then he talked about Uttam Purusha, the one who transcends both the perishable and the imperishable. So one who thinks himself to be Atma, but he believes in Akshara. Basically, he superimposes the Atma on Shara or Akshara. He is the one who is a Vimuda. And who is a wise man? Who is a Asamuda? Asamuda is the one who
Asammuda.
understands Asamuda. Is the one who
Asammuda.
Asamuda. One who understands that there is something beyond the perishable and imperishable. The Uttam Purusha. One who knows this, which is beyond upadhis, beyond the karya, this complex, is
कार्य
the one
कारण जगत,
Jagat.
कार्य कारण उपाधि, कार्य कारण जगत. Yes.
So he is the one who knows me well, and he knows me as a Purushotama. And knowing me, he becomes Sarvavit. So Sarvavit is what does Sarvavit? The word Sarvavit means. In Mundukya Upanishad, it said that who is the Sarvagya? Sarvagya is the one who knows everything and everything in general. And Sarvavit is one who knows everything in Vishesha, in particular. So, uh, this is basically this omniscience is not the same as knowing everything because it's just not possible to know everything. In for a mumukshu who becomes a jnani, that viveka, but in satya and mithya is what is sarvagyata. So once he knows his self to be Purushotama, that is what is called as a sarvagyata. And the knowledge because of which there is a fullness we call as omniscience. And one who has this knowledge is called as sarvavit. So as you said that when both sarvagya and sarvavit are used, they mean the same only. And what does it gain? What does he gain? Bhagavan says he gains me. Sahamam bhajati. This knowledge and the gain are identical because I'm already the Prashottama, which is everything, and the one who knows it is the one who is Asamuda. So uh, he understands that there are no upadhis, both Shara, Akshara is Prashottama only, and myself, and it is Atmarupa. Is Atma and Atma and Paramatma are one. He is the one who knows it well, and he gains me because he understands the self. Then he says that this Vidya is a Guhyatma. It's not easy to know. Why is it is
Guhyatamam.
not easy to know? Why is not easy to know?
Guhyatma नहीं गुह्यतमम.
Guhyatma. It's
Hmm.
Guhyatma because it may be anything which is not known. A person may be ignorant of our knowledge, then it may be secretive to him. He he may not know the source of where it is to be known. Thirdly, he is not prepared for it. He doesn't have that yogyata to get it. Even if he's told, he'll not have it. And fourthly, it's very sacred. That's why it has to be Guhyatama. It has to be concealed. And the best place to conceal is in the Paramata only, one who is trying to know, and he's trying to know, he doesn't know that he is the one who is seeking. And the seeker is a sought, and you're seeking everywhere else, then also you'll not be able to know it. So when the Paramata, and how will you know it? By by Shruti, the word of Shruti. By the word of Shruti,
Yeah,
by the teacher.
this thing has to be explained. How this also Swamiji elaborately deals with it. Only Shruti can explain why it is said only Shruti. Why
it's
we
like
have
a
fanatics
11th.
about only Shruti is a pramana? Anybody
That's
can answer at this point. I'm just asking a question. Why Vedanta is pramana for this knowledge? Anybody can answer. Raise your hand and answer.
Is it
Why are you afraid? Why? Yeah.
is it because Shruti has come straight away from Ishvara? There is no authorship for it. It's come from the God, and whereas the that is why it is known as. I think that could be one of the reasons. And Bhagavad Gita is equivalent to that. That is what Lord Krishna says, because it has come from a Upanishad, and it
So
will.
the Upanishad, still better answer will be all the epistemologically speaking, there are so many means instruments of knowledge. So pratyaksha, anumana, arthapatti, upamana, anupalabdhi, and shabda. So these are six instruments of knowledge. Within these six, first five instruments of knowledge are catering to the pratyaksha, anumana, everything is indirect means of knowledge. Direct and indirect. Direct is pratyaksha, through the senses what you perceive. Sakshi pratyaksha or indriya pratyaksha. Indriya pratyaksha is through the words of senses what you see. Sakshi is through the mind within you see. That is also pratyaksha. Sakshi pratyaksha. The emotions what you see. It is right directly you perceive. And Anumana, indirect is in the category of Anumana, Arthapatti. All these instruments of knowledge, they are for the Pramata, for the knower. And something is to be known by the knower. But Vedanta is throwing light upon this very Pramata, the knower. The knower has to be known. How the knower will be known? How can you see your own eyes?
The seeker himself is the knower there.
The seeker himself is the knower also, known also.
Known also.
Known also, you have to know about yourself.
Yes.
So how will you know? There is no instrument of knowledge here. There is where Vedanta comes to the rescue. How will you see your own eyes?
It has to come through Vedas only. The
Some means of knowledge is there. You have to have a mirror. So what is the mirror here? Instrument of knowledge. Words are the mirror. Words. Words of the Shastra. Why? How the words become the instrument of knowledge? So words are not direct literal meaning of the words, implied meaning of the words. It is not the Vachyartha, but it is the Lakshyartha. What is implied meaning of the words? So through the Shruti, the Vedavit, Vedantakrit, I have to be known by the Vedas. Just now we were studying. Vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedya. By all the Vedas, I am the one who is to be known through the Vedas. How through the Vedas I have to be known? So this is the big thing. Through the words of the Vedas. What are the words of the Veda doing? It is not the literal meaning. It's the implied meaning, and their implication has to be unfolded by the teacher. And that is why, what is the instrument of knowledge? Vedanta is the pramana. What is the Vedanta? Upanishad. What is an Upanishad? That I have already told everything in details. That which destroys one's ignorance. All that. That is what is pramana. Pramana is words of the teaching, and that is why Vedanta becomes essential instrument in throwing the light on this self. Who is this? Yes, Rajiv. Continue.
Swamiji, it's like knowing the 11th man, because the 11th man, if he keeps using all the means, he will
10th
not look.
man. 10th man.
10th man, 10th man, 11th man, cricket. 10th man. So it's just like making the 10th man realize that he is the one. The one who points at him as the 10th man is a Vedavid. So, or it can be considered or the Shruti or the Guru, because there's no other means of knowing the self. But if you don't know the Shruti or the Pramana, then also you cannot know it. So someone has to do it from outside, but you have to find it inside. The beauty of it is
Well,
that
definitely. That is why Guru has been termed, Guru is even a person in this body, mind, sense complex. But this teaching is such a powerful teaching that you have to dissolve your identity. The dissolution of your identity will not happen just like that. You bow down. We used to go and bow down to our teachers. Bowing down is not easy because the one who bows down is such a big man. Such big people are there in the world. They have achievers, go-getters in this world. And they have such a huge ego. They cannot bow down. Why? Because that identity of me and I and mine remains. And therefore, how to bow down? And bowing down is only a gesture that I am nobody and the teacher is also nobody also. But the teaching is there. He is bowing down to the teacher and the teaching. That is the whole we should understand when we bow down to a teacher. What is bowing down means. And once you bow down means you are really taking care of your own, this problem of your ego problem, of your identifying with this I. So that is the whole teaching will come very easy when you align with this teaching in this way. Because implication of the words will not be understood when you don't soften your heart of this ego problem. And that is why it will remain Guhyatamam. I'm trying to bring all the points which are coming to my mind right now because there's so much in these two verses. Yes. After Rajiv, Sharda can
Swamiji,
be ready or anybody can be ready. Rekha, Bandana,
ji. And
Seema.
Swamiji, the Parmata who is searching for is actually a mumukshu. So he has done everything and he's in a state of helplessness. Then he goes to the teacher and teacher points it out that this is a fallacy and this is how. Then he tells you are the one. And the Shabd Pramana Shruti that works through Jnana Vritti. So that Akandakara Vritti that he has it and that his all ignorance is gone. Once his ignorance is gone, he understands the Swarupa of himself. And for that, he has to make a prayatna, and he has to have Shraddha also, because these words can create pramana only once we have Shraddha. Without that, they'll not have effect on you, on anyone. That's also, this knowledge is secretive. It can work only in one people who have prepared mind and who have Shraddha in the words of the teacher, and the ability of the Brahmana to work on themselves is actually allowing the world to act as a Brahmana.
Yeah.
That's the nishtha that he has to
And
have.
that is why will was also talked about here. Sharda, what is the will was talked about in the Gita here? Will
Like
part.
the stick that is thrown into the funeral pyre.
Hmm.
You use a stick to first burn the funeral pyre, and then at the
Hmm.
end, you throw that stick also into the fire. So similar is your will. You use your will to first understand, and then you submerge that, you surrender that will also. So the helplessness that Rajiv ji is talking about is because there is this, you're going on searching for something, but as long as you're searching, you can't realize that you yourself are the thing that is being sought. So
Yeah.
that helplessness needs to end, for which you need this will. You need a little clarity about what is desired. Beyond what Dr. Rajiv said, there's also, of course, the whole understanding of the meaning of Guhyatama, because it's not just the fact that it's a very it's something which is difficult to understand. It is hidden because it's within you, the seeker himself, all these reasons. But more than that, also normally it's also because it's secret, because it's so valuable. And why is it valuable? Because it's so secret. It liberates me from samsara itself. It is the greatest purifier of all. So quite like when you have something very valuable, you don't let it keep it open for all. So therefore it is kind of hidden, and it is hidden in the best possible way, because it is hidden inside the seeker himself. So when you are looking for something, I was always reminded of Swamiji and his example of the glasses, because as long as you have what you're looking for is within you, you look everywhere else, but you don't look into yourself. And that's where this Guhyatma, and uh, of course Shankara is supposed to have has also said it's Gopyatama, which means it's most sacred. And why is it most sacred? Is because this particular verse explains why chapter 15 is so important in the entire Gita learning, because the entire essence of the Gita, right from the beginning, what is Ishvara, what is yoga, what are the qualifications to to gain this knowledge, what is samsara, how do you detach yourself from samsara, then the fact that the Atma is everywhere, how deluded people are unable to see that, then how Ishvara is everything, right from the sun, the moon, and things big as that, and right into yourself, your food that is around, the food you eat, the digestive fire which is within you. So everything is Ishvara. Your memory, your forgetting things, your the knowledge you gain, everything. There's nothing more to know either about Gita or about Vedanta beyond this one chapter. Because if you read this chapter in full from 1 to A to Z, you virtually understand the whole essence of everything that Vedanta or Gita or any Shastra has to say. So that's the main thing about this. I think most of it.
Anybody else in the points? Anybody wants to say anything? You can say so many things. Any point you pick
There
up.
is one confusion. Rather, I don't know whether it's doubt or here the prarabdha and the willpower also have some connection. If you have a strong will, then you can always have a chance to change, or there is interchangeability is always possible. Maybe you can overtake prarabdha also, and you can have your own direction towards what you wanted.
Yeah, so what is said by the Gita home study here, that ultimately the Jnani's body, he lives on prarabdham. In Vivek Chudamani it comes prarabdham pushyati vapuhu. Pushyati is taken care of. Vapu is the body. Body is taken care of by the prarabdha because there is no will. Will has been given up. The will, what will had to do? Will had to do this, the pramata, the knower, who is using the will to know himself through the Shastra, that is also implying the will. And through that, once you have really operate your will, and buddhi has become subtle, and the whole subtle nuance and the clarity clicks, and then the last stick is also with which you are burning the prior, that is also thrown. The will also gets, because once you know, you see yourself. Then what will happen to this body? Body goes with the prarabdha. But purushartha is will, and prarabdha is whatever happen will happen. Bhavitam bhavitavyam. Whatever has to happen will happen. Bhavitavyam bhavitam. That is what Swamiji writes here. So whatever has to happen will happen. What is there? Why are you so much? You're muted, Venkatesh. So
Is this directly connected with prarabdha?
prarabdham pushyati vapu means the one who has really First, prarabdha, you can say everything is destiny to really soften all the hurts and guilts of life. That whatever happens in your life, you can say, oh, this was to happen. It was my destiny. And therefore, you become calm and quiet, and acceptance comes in life. That is the way of handling your this thing. You say everything is prarabdha. But for the jnani, when it is said it is all prarabdha, then he has understood everything is Bhagavan. Eater is Bhagavan, eaten is Bhagavan. Whatever is there is Ishvara only. So what is there for him? Their will is surrendered in this understanding. And therefore he is no more. Who dies? He does not die. That he is not there, isness alone is there. That person, that Nama Rupa only is there. Na? That till now he was identifying with the Nama Rupa, with the Mithya. And when he becomes Satyam, then what remains? What dies, what has to die, dies. And what is deathless, you, Satyam, amness, isness, which is the very essence, which is the Purushottama, which is everything, which is Bhagavan. That Bhagavan is nothing, nothing happens, that is eternal. So there's shift in understanding, asatoma satgamaya, from asat to the sat, when one has this cognitive shift, and that shift is not just mere belief, it is a very big conviction and understanding through the teaching and assimilation of the teaching, and you have become one with it. That is the knowledge. That is how you will become Buddhiman. So simple, yet so difficult, because clarity is missing, because minds are not applied, and therefore minds are not ready, and that is why application is not complete. That's what it is. Yes, anybody
Swami,
else wants to say anything?
Swamiji, I just elaborating on that point that Venkatesh ji made, is basically prarabdha is associated with purushartha, no? All the time something is being done and some action is being done. So once you gain that jnanam, then the pure prarabdha comes into being, in the sense that, as you said, that he knows that whatever comes will come. It does not matter. The consequences, the results don't matter at all anyway now. So when you reach a stage, then whatever is to be accomplished has already been accomplished. Krita kritya, that stage has reached. Meaning thereby for a jnani, prarabdha ceases to be of any importance. Whatever is the prarabdha, it'll go passively. I don't have to make any purushartha. That phase is over. Otherwise, people will keep making some kind of action or purushartha to change it. You have already done it. No purushartha is needed. And that's why when we say that the last stick has to be put into the fire, no purushartha, nothing. So it becomes absolutely pure prarabdha.
Kritakritya, he becomes
Kritakritya.
Kritakritya, because Kritakritya means whatever is to be done has been done. So
So
already done. So where is the will? What is the
where
doing?
is the will?
Why
There's
he
no
will
will
do
required.
anything?
Yeah.
So whatever is prarabdha takes over means whatever the whole universe is wanting, this body, mind, sense complex to be done, then he does. If some people are wanting to study, he will teach. If he does, if he is not capable, his mind is not capable, he is not well, he lives in a vegetative state of mind, still he lives, he is with himself. Whether he is living in the vegetative state of mind or very intelligible mind, or whatever it is, that hardly matters. That reasoning, that everything what you impute to the jnani, that does not mean anything to him, because that he is not there. That person is no more. That personality is no more. And that understanding, when it comes, all the load of the mind goes. People, when they came here, they were asking me, what do you do, Swamiji, here? I'm just with myself, that's all. I cook my food, I bring my vegetables, I go to Ganga, I make my food, I cook, I wash my vessels, I make my bed, I wash the bed sheets, I do everything. I do puja, I light up the lamp. What else to be done in life, really speaking? And if teaching is there, then I teach. If not teaching, I don't teach. I enjoy myself by doing whatever I enjoy. My samskaras are there. I just enjoy that also. And that is how life goes on. And I am very happy with that. What is there? What is there to be done? But these things have to be understood over a period of time. What is to be done? Nothing is there. It is not that if you are with yourself, it's not loneliness. It's not lonely. Yeah. If people talk to me, I talk too much also. I keep on talking because it's a good thing. You have to spend time. This time pass. You have to just time pass karna hai. Time pass is the thing. What is to be done? Kritakritya is that once what you have understood, it's over for you. And that is what everybody of you can be like that. It's just owning up the knowledge. Swamiji was always used to say, owning up this understanding. You have to own up. Own up what understanding? Own up. Clarity is the owning up. Through the clarity only. How will clarity come? When you put lot of effort in Shravana Manana, Shravana Manana, Shravana Manana, Anididhyasana. Yes, anybody? Rekha, anything?
No, Swamiji.
Last. Okay. Rohini, Sharda, Seema, Seema, get up. Seema freeze हो गई. अच्छा.
I'm awake, Swamiji.
No, this thing, I don't know what happens. Sometimes it gets freeze. मुझे मोबाइल का इंटरनेट बंद करना पड़ेगा शायद.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah. Seema,
nothing, Swamiji. Thank you.
Sarvajit.
हाँ जी हाँ जी एक ही हो गया
हाँ आप बोलो बोलो सुनाई दे रहा है मुझे.
मैं कुछ नहीं बोल रहा जी सुन रहा
अच्छा. हाँ आप कुछ नहीं बोल रहे हो. वो भगवान तो कुछ नहीं बोलता. आप भगवान है लेकिन सर्वजित कुछ को बोलना है ना.
कुछ भी नहीं जी
शशि.
वो ज्ञानी लोग हैं मैंने क्या बोल रहा हूँ
हाँ ये बात भी ठीक है. कुछ नहीं बोलने को तो वैसे भी कुछ नहीं है.
तो मैं बोलता हूँ चलो थोड़ा सा बोलता हूँ.
हाँ.
In this verse, Krishna sums up by saying that he was imparted to Arjuna the most profound jnana by which a person becomes wise and accomplishes all that is required. इतना समझिए.
Very good.
So, this jnana is most sacred and is kept secretly hidden like a very precious gem. Knowing this jnana saves me from insecurity, from tears, from sorrow, limitations, and will keep me in good humor, wonder, and ananda. ठीक है स्वामी जी.
Very good. But keep studying, keep following. It takes time in everybody's life for this knowledge to sink in. And that's why I was telling Seema also today. Keep studying everything. You see, the growth happens. You will not know also that you have started knowing. It's such a beautiful this thing that you just when you are in the classes, when you are with the Bhagavad Gita, chamatkar happens actually. Everything
Guru,
start you getting it slowly, everything becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. Thoughts, which thoughts for you had never heard now are opening up. And you start knowing how these possibilities are there.
Guru's blessing and your
Ah,
concern.
Ishvara and Gurus, only these two blessings are there. So Guru, not as a person, the Guru is the Guru Tattva. The teaching through the Upanishads, through the teaching, through the person, it is flowing, but it is through the Guru Tattva. Guru Tattva is the whole teaching methodology, which is opening. And that is what one has to be really bowing down to. That is all our respects to the teaching tradition. And that is why we keep a photo, we keep in my puja room, in my ashram, the teacher. So everybody is your guru is Swami Dayananda. The teaching of Bhagavad Gita home study you are learning is Swami Dayananda is the guru. So the teaching tradition continues. And that is what you have to be respectful to, and everything will come in your life. That emotion, that sentiment, and that devotion when you have towards the teaching tradition and the teacher, then it blesses. As you said, Guru Kripa, that is the meaning of Guru Kripa.
This one.
Okay then. Anybody Vandana? Acha. Meenu is getting lot of sickness all the time. Kya baat hai, Meenu? Slept off.
Hello.
How are you?
Quite bad.
So you have to take care of your health, Meenu. बहुत जल्दी जल्दी बीमार हो रही है.
हाँ वो I think weather change हुआ है, so that's why like
चलो, take care. Okay.
thank you Swami ji.
Sharda, last few words.
I think these two verses kind of cover the entire Gita. So if we keep reading it and seeing the meaning as Swamiji has given in his commentary, almost everything right from the beginning till where you become a Sarva Bhavita, which is where you are kind of seeing the, yourself. How do you become one with Ishvara is kind of very clearly enunciated. And what they mean by moksha is also quite clearly explained, in the sense that it's not that you're going to suddenly, something dramatic is going to happen, or that you're going to die, or anything is going to end. It's just that you're going to understand how you and everything around you, every creature, everything sentient, insentient, everything around you, and you are all the same, or actually one. And that understanding is what will give you that sense of fulfillment, where then you'll never see any effort or any action as karma. You will see it as prarabdha only. You will not see it as a purushartha. You will not be seeking anything, or you will not be desiring anything. So all of it will be as it happens, as is prarabdha. So that's the way your life is going to change. And then you become this complete, limitless, sorrowless, happy Paramatma, which is what you actually always were and always are. So that understanding, which requires a will, which requires the will to go to a teacher, to read the Shastra, to do Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, and then eventually have the will to destroy the will also. That's what has to be finally done. So I think all of that is covered here. So if we read...
Destroy the will means?
Pardon?
Destroy the will means what?
Destroy the will means wo will bhi chala jayega. After that, you won't want to will anything. Everything happens as it is expected, or as it is ordained to happen. I mean, to use for want of a better word, you don't, because you are no longer the driver of any karma. You are not the actor. Once you give up that doership,
Karta bhav, yes.
वो कर्तृत्व जो है, once you give it up, actions happen as they are supposed to happen, not because of your will. So that will, I caused this, or I am the creator of this, or I act is all gone, because there is no I separate from everything else. Abhi tak, till you understand that there is no such thing as I, or that everything is I. One of the two you have to understand. Then only you kind of reach that level of fulfillment. It's a very long journey, requires lots of Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. First of all, the discipline, the Karma Yoga itself, because unless and until you first start with Karma Yoga, you are not no amount of Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana is going to get you anywhere. So we have to start right from first neutralizing your ragas, your dveshas, and then going through the reading. So it's a very organic way of finally discovering yourself or discovering your true self.
Yeah, so
There's
dharma
no-
is important initially also, and
Yeah.
dharma is important at the end also.
Dharma is
What operates
non-negotiable. Yes.
dharma only ultimately for the jnani also, he also operates within this thing of dharma, because
Yeah.
not consciously doing, spontaneously doing. So he
All
everything
spontaneous.
acts,
Exactly.
spontaneous dharma is there for
So
him.
there is no, that this is the commandment. So Sanatan Dharma that way is so fluid and open, and each of us has to find our own way of, reaching out. All the methods are given here in the Gita. This is how you've got to do it, but you've got to eventually go about it yourself, because I can't do it for you, you can't do it for me, nobody can do it for anyone else. It has to happen organically by yourself. And that way, if you keep reading the 15th chapter daily or once in a while, I think a lot of people are made to read the 15th chapter. If you can't read the whole Gita, that's what I remember being told even as a kid. 15th chapter is the chapter you should read.
And that is why we chant also
So
every
now
time.
I understand why, because now today I understand why we say it, because virtually everything that is to be known in the entire Shastra of
So then
Sanatana
next
Dharma
class,
is
we will revise that 15th chapter again from verse 1 to 20.
Jesus.
So everybody should prepare something or the other that then you can say, Swamiji, I can speak on this verse. Like that also a method is there. But why I don't employ that method, then you only study that verse and you will forget all other verses. But that is also there that you can at least choose something
But
to speak about, right? Something you can prepare very well what you understand little
no,
bit.
I think the early verses, tree of samsara and how you can cut yourself from it and all, those are simple verses. So
Hmm. Chalo, then
Swamiji, basically, so this is where the Ekabodhya comes, no? Chapter 15 is basically ends the equation Tattvamasi. The Asi part comes here is explained
yes,
very
yes.
well. Everything is Asi only. That is the crux of chapter 15. You cannot read chapter 15 because you have to read Tattam Tom also. One who has read Tat and Tom only understands Asi. So we cannot
Asi.
have 15 chapter only, Swamiji.
Hmm. That's it. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om. Thank you all.